Welcome back to another episode of the CRL Podcast. My name is Caleb Smith, driver of the number 54 High Five Racing truck and Arca car on Monday and Wednesday nights on OSR Network, joined by Rob Sherwoo.
It is your other co-host. Well, in this case, your only co-host, actually. Bye, Jacob. Rob Sherwood, Rob Sherwoo. And it is my favorite week of the year this week. It's COTA week.
Yes, it is in fact COTA week, and it, let me just go ahead and say the race name real quick. Evan made a special request for this race to sponsor it, and it's the "Don't Touch My Ass" Rob Sherwood 45, presented by Only Dads. It what a name for the event. We touched on it last week. Rob, will you be there for that race?
Probably not. No.
Oh my, well, it's okay. So the name is true. Um,
Yes, it is true technically.
but yeah, no. I practiced some COTA last night, and I will say everyone is going to have a much more enjoyable experience on COTA now. And the reason why I say that, they took away the death curbs, the track limits, um, so you can run it like actual NASCAR does when they go to COTA. Um, the only concern is that damn tire barrier through the shortcut. If you haven't practiced yet, I'd turn some laps. That thing's gonna get you. Um,
I
it's
actually
it's
haven't. I haven't checked out the new layout. I'm curious to see what it looks like.
it's it's rough. Like, it's not rough. Let me rephrase. It's a lot of fun. It's just so different from what we've had for so long. It's an adjustment. It's a pretty quick one. It's just very the shortcut before, where it was that quick, like, left right back to the left. Now it's just a sharp left, and it's just straight line. But it's such a sharp left to where, like, you have to slow down so much to even make the corner. Um, so I feel like that's going to be the real trouble spot for a lot of drivers on uh, for the race tonight. Um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be an exciting race. Jordan Trask, we'll get into it, already locked into the next round, coming in clutch at Kansas. But yeah, COTA, final race is around 12. We'll get into the points after we talk about Kansas, which I guess we will do right now. Uh, the Ghost Athletics Truck Series, CRL Truck Series. Um, yeah, Jordan Trask pulling out a massive win with the move under Mike Kelly and Lane Hostler.
Yeah, I was not watching it live when it happened, but I saw the Discord pop off after the race, and so I had to go back and see what the fuss was about. And I was able to skim through, and I saw the move, and I am that was hot. That was that was impressive on worn tires. So Lane and Mike really were battling hard there, putting on a great show for the lead, and Ross was right there with him as well. And just for Jordan to kind of win that like he did was incredibly impressive.
Yeah, I think he said his right front was 73 at the end of the run, and I think that was a 30 lap run. So that's massively impressive, especially with the move he made, um, and locking himself in. He also shared a picture of what he's been racing on, which is he's got his steering wheel on some plywood to get the steering wheel, I guess, stabilized. I guess something went wrong with the mount, and he locked himself into the next round with that. So really impressive, given the circumstances in which his wheel's in currently. But he doesn't have to even worry about COTA, which is a blessing, I would have to say.
I'm sure he will be one of the first people to tell you he is fortunate that he doesn't have to rely on a good finish for the road course. Hell, he can actually not even show up, and he may not, honestly.
I'd still show up. But
Well, yeah, but that's us. That's us.
yeah, yeah,
We're wired differently.
yeah.
And also,
We're
you
just
can't say anything because you're not showing up either.
okay. Let me go ahead and say I will be out of the state. I cannot take this. I'll tell you the same thing I told Joe, our broadcaster. I
It's
cannot
almost.
take the some bitch with me.
I mean,
It
you
is
can.
200 pounds.
Joshua Altice has a mobile
Hmm.
vacation setup that he takes with
Right,
him, and
right,
honestly, that's the level of commitment that you need.
right. And what is that wheel again?
I believe
A
it's a
G
lot.
a
Yeah,
G29, right?
I think it's a Logitech. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. See, I'm not doing all that. I that I've had one of those. It rattles too damn much. It makes
Well,
too
that's why
much
it's
noise.
just your mobile setup, and then you don't have
Yeah,
to use it routinely.
yeah, no, fucking, I'm not doing that. That's terrible. That's really bad. I don't like Logitech wheels at all. Sorry for anyone that uses the Logitech wheel. I know we have several people that do. From personal
God, tell me how
experience,
you really feel.
I don't like Logitech wheels. Thrustmaster is good. I like Thrustmaster. If you look, really good wheel. Uh, like especially if you're on a budget, Thrustmaster. But hell, even Moza now. Like Moza's got some really good stuff. Rob can tell you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love my R5 bundle, and I haven't even experimented with most of their products, but I can speak that I love my R5 bundle and I love my Formula wheel. That's all I have to say.
I'm so deep into the Fanatec ecosystem now. If I switch, it'd cost me so much money. So I'm in it now. So, um, to change topics, we are going to go ahead and talk about the season 24 playoff standings after Kansas, and we are just going to rattle off these point standings and just kind of some of the situations that some of these drivers are in going into COTA, a really big cutoff race, especially if you're not, too consistent on road courses. I think you're going to see a lot of drivers actually practice a lot going into this race, especially if they're in the playoffs. But starting off, Jordan Trask, like we said, um, massive win. I believe his first of the season, locking himself in, advancing to the next round, not even having to worry about COTA. Um, Parker Collins, he is 29 points above the cut line, sitting in second. You got Ross Tatum behind him, plus 25. Then you got Mike Kelly, plus 22. Lane Hostler, plus 20. Myself, plus 12. Logan Brakey, plus 5. And then you got Evan Kinney, plus 1. And then this is a situation where it starts to get a little hairy for some of these drivers. CVS, minus 1. Seth Foudy, minus 9. Abram Ghost, 13, minus 13. And Eric Anderson, minus 24. Um, I think from where I am, sitting at 6 plus 12, down to Eric Anderson, I think that's where it's getting a little hairy, and some of these drivers are going to have to make up some of these points.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the cut line as well, and I'm trying to base it off you not being there, because obviously that will change things quite a bit. So realistically, I'm looking at Charles as being on the cut right now, with a difference of 8 points between he and Seth. So, and then a difference of 12 points between he and Ghost. So those guys will have to probably be sweating their positions this week trying to get a good finish.
Yeah, and I mean, really, I think the one we have to watch for the race win. And Rob, you can speak from experience. I mean, he was in front of you the last time we raced here. Um, Evan Kinney. Um, he's really good at COTA. Has a lot of road course experience. Very good at these road courses, especially in the truck. Plus 1 on the cut line. Um, and then you got some other drivers like you were saying. So should be very exciting to watch. And yeah, we will discuss after COTA because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of tensions going to be very high after COTA going into the round of 8.
Well, and you know how it is too. I mean that. that first corner, everybody fans out, but everybody wants to survive. And so, those guys that are above the cut line, it all it takes is an incident in turn one, and it really changes the outlook for them. So I'm sure some of these guys will be really nervy going into turn one.
Yeah, and you know, you can tell who is in a desperate position based on the way they're driving. Um, I know at Kansas I was driving way over my head because I knew I had to win, and I kind of burned myself up really quick. I was up front for a while, and I kind of fell back. But I think you're going to see a lot of drivers driving the hell out of these trucks at COTA. Um, but I think you're going to be able to tell who's really going to get after it by turn one. If they're heavy into the brakes turn one, trying to get as many positions as possible, they're in the hot seat. They're trying to make it like they're trying to get after it. Um, but I I'm super excited to watch it. Um, I'll have it I'll have it off to the side as the Panthers play Monday Night Football for the first time in 2 years. Um, but I'll be watching it, rooting on the Ghost Athletics truck playoffs here. So, but yeah, I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, same here. There's not many places that I'd trust with watching a league put on good road course racing, but this is one of the best leagues that I've seen tackle that, just because we have so many guys that can do it and do it at a high level.
Yeah, and our other road course race we had this season, Sonoma, I felt like, and I'm not saying this because I won it. I'm saying it because just the racing from start to finish, excuse me, the race from start to finish was so good. Like you had Darren Staff, Parker Collins, Evan Kinney, all of us were right on top of each other for pretty much the entirety of the race. Um, and unfortunate circumstances with lap car kind of altered the finish of the race. But hopefully it stays clean up front. And if Darren ends up showing up, I think he might be a wild card, kind of take away that lock in for some of these drivers that might be trying to win their way in.
Yeah, I mean that's also the other side of this, right? I mean we've talked about this. It's you just have certain guys that are really good at certain specialties, and road course is one of those areas that you do have a lot of road course ringers that will show up just for that specific race, and
Yeah.
they have a ton of experience, and it does really throw a wrench in things because it's not as it's not like showing up for a super speedway race for someone who enjoys super speedway racing. That is a lot more chance than someone who shows up that is really good at road course racing, because that means they have a very specific set of skills, as Liam Neeson would say.
Yeah. And I just enjoy watching the road course racing. I enjoy racing the road courses. Um, it's just something about whipping the heavy stock cars around these tight tracks. Very very satisfying. Um, and especially to get them to do the things that they're not supposed to be doing. Because the next gen car is built for it, but these Xfinity and truck and Arca cars, they're not meant for it. They're oval cars. So um, very 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 excited that we have two road courses on the schedule, especially one in the playoffs. Should be very exciting, just like the last one we had at COTA.
Yeah, and I will say I'm almost sorry that they've taken out the curbs of death through the S's, just without having run it. I'm almost sorry they have, just because I felt like it really brought a new dimension of car control through that section specifically.
Yeah, and it was so satisfying because I know personally I could go through those corners and get right on top of those yellow curbs and never hit them. And that was where I gained so much time on the drivers behind.
Yeah,
Um, and that's really where I gained the time in the race I won several seasons ago. I mean, that was long ago. Um, so I think that was right when we first had OSR Network broadcast. So it was a very long time ago, when I won at COTA, but that was when they had the death curbs, and I feel like that's where I gained a lot of my time was through the S's because I was so consistent going through. Now it's just flat, and you can look, listen, we will be watching. If you cut the corner, we're gonna call you out on it. It doesn't give you a slowdown. Um, it doesn't give you a
That's
slowdown. I know that. So
through
if we,
through the S's, you mean?
yeah, if you cut the corner like that, obviously you can
Interesting.
straight line it, but like you know how the NASCAR race they were all four wheels off.
Yes.
You can do that now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, um, please keep at least two tires on the asphalt. I will be watching, and I will call you out on it.
That is going to make qualifying super interesting. I have you tested exactly how far the off track limits are for that?
Yeah, I had my right sides. So I had my right sides on the paint, and then I had my lefts on the curb. So I'm completely off four tires off the track, and it just gave me an off track, and it never gave me a slowdown.
Interesting.
So like
Okay.
it'll give you an off track, but it will not give you a slowdown.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
So it's almost similar to what we dealt with the the shortcut last season because I know a lot of people it wouldn't give you a slowdown through that section, but we also have the incident limit, which we'll have in this race as well. So you can
yeah,
take advantage of it to make up time, but it's weird. You almost have to save it for when you're pushing. You know.
yeah, and that's kind of what I do. I kind of save my incidents, and at the end I kind of just use them all, because I mean they're there for other reasons. But if you're good and you can save them and you know you don't run off track a lot, you can really abuse it. And you know I just don't want to I don't want to see anybody cutting the track. I just want to see nice clean racing from the clean racing league, especially on these road courses.
Yeah.
Um,
No. Agreed.
However, I know a bunch of these drivers that we have don't like road courses, so let's talk about the Arca series. And the race we had Wednesday night, um, with Charlotte, the first race of the Grant Designs ARCA series, the CRL playoffs. Um, and yeah, so Charlotte, let me go ahead and pull up these points real quick. Sorry.
I've
So,
got them. I've got them up currently.
okay, I'll let you read them off then since I did the truck. Um, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so our top 12 in points, we have our current points leader, Austin Coop, after one playoff race with 1,053. Seth Foudy, 7 points behind him. Danny White is at 1037, 16 points back from the lead in third. Cam Patterson is 1 point behind him with 1036. Ghost is at 1034. Steve Gerber is at 1032. Mike Kelly is at 1032. JD Daniels is at 1030. Chris Smith is at 1028. David is at 1026. And Joshua Gillen is at 1024 with our favorite podcast hosts at 1020. Unfortunately, it sounds like you had a rough night to start the playoffs.
It was fucking terrible. Um, I would like to give a shout out to Bobby Mantle, and this is all in good fun. I'm not bashing him. I want to make that very clear. Um, he races in VR. I've done like one. I It was when I first started racing CRO. I did one VR race. It was at Phoenix, and I finished fourth, and that was the last one I did. Um, there are so many blind spots when you race in VR. It is crazy. It is unreal. It is realistic. It is immersive, but you have to listen to that spotter. And it is he kind of came up in JD last night, um, and you know it kind of caused a big one on the backstretch, and I got caught up in it. just kind of happens. But he showed me. He showed me, and he's literally looking up in his mirror, and you can't even see JD. So,
Wow.
and then by the time you see JD, he's already sideways. So,
So you got to see his
yeah,
onboard like through his POV.
he shared his screen and let me see it.
Oh, okay,
So,
gotcha.
because
Wow,
like
that's
after it happened, I don't get irritated when I get wrecked anymore. It just kind of happens. Like
yeah.
it's a and sorry, it's a video game. So like it's
I thought it was a simulation, though, brother.
it is a simulation. When on a good day, but I got wrecked, so it's a video game. So um yeah, no, it's I try not to get irritated anymore because I feel like that sucks the fun out of it. Wrecks happen. It sucks, but it's part of it. There's no point in getting irritated and all of that. Like, yeah, we do this for fun. We like to finish races, but it's part of it. Wrecks happen. So, but that that was my race. Let's talk about the race for the lead and the winner, Ricky Harden. Um, it came down to a two-car battle. You had Cam Patterson, Ricky Harden fighting for the lead. Uh, Going to the final lap, Cam Patterson had a move to the inside, kind of washes up a little bit, doors Ricky. Ricky hits the fucking safer barrier, bounces back down into Cam. Cam spins into the outside wall, and before the caution come out, Ricky takes the white flag, comes back around, wins the race, and is exactly what we were talking about could happen for the truck race at COTA. A non-playoff driver winning the race. Now, the Arca series doesn't have the same rules as the truck series. It's not when you're in. It's points based in Arca, but still, it's it somebody that wasn't raced for the championship wins a race, kind of throws a wrench in things. So, but it was a very exciting race to watch. I got to watch it on the podcast live, so that was fun. Um, but yeah, no, very exciting race. Um, Seen a few things in the race that we didn't like. Um, PA announcement. Um, let's uh let's not full throttle people on the cooldown. I know it was all in good fun.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
I know it was all in good fun, but it does not look good. Um, yeah, no, that's all I'm gonna say on that. We know it was all in good fun. But we have a broadcast. We want to make it look nice, even though Joe had a very nice slip up on the broadcast.
Oh no,
Did you hear him?
I did not hear him.
Okay. Ricky clipped it. Um, Ricky clipped it, and I'm I'm not going to repeat it. I'm gonna let you listen to it if you want to go find it real quick.
Okay.
Um, but I'll start going I'll start talking about the next week. We're going to North Wilkesboro, and going from Charlotte to North Wilkesboro is a huge change. You're talking about a mile and a half to a short track. Um, I mean that's about as lopsided as you can get. You're basically full stopping and just you know it's just short track racing, as my favorite driver would say. Um, I'm very excited for North Wilkes. I feel like the Arca car is some of the best short track racing in the sim. That's my opinion. Um, my opinion. That's just how I feel. Um, have you found it yet?
Yes, I just found it.
Okay, so you listened to it.
Yes, I did listen to
All right,
it.
all right. He now in my head as soon as he said it, he definitely did not say ride the Dente. Um,
Oh no.
it was that's definitely the funniest broadcast moment we had all season. Um, it was definitely something. Um,
That is
it was I tell you, I was busting out laughing when I heard that.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh my god, had I been in the broadcast booth when he said that, I probably would have had to mute my mic. It would have gone quiet.
Yeah, at the very least, you would have hoped to have had push to talk on.
Oh no, I don't. I don't do push to talk. I find when I have push to talk on, I forget to push the button. So I'm just talking to myself.
Okay, all right.
Yep, yep. Little lore for you guys. Um, Multitasking is not my thing. Um, yeah. So big week for CRL. Also Thanksgiving week. You know, I hope everyone enjoys. If you're in America, hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving. Hope everyone has a good holiday. Has a good holiday week. Enjoy some playoff racing in Clean Racing League.
Yep.
Um, and yeah, enjoy some football if that's what you watch. We got some barn burners on. Um, you know, uh, Baltimore and Cincinnati. Phew. But yeah,
I
so
think it sounds like Joe Burrow might actually play this weekend.
hopefully one of the Joes plays because
One of the Joes.
hopefully one of the Joes plays because fucking Jake Browning ain't it.
Yeah.
He is not it. You would think with all those weapons they paid, he could actually get somebody the ball,
I mean, well,
but
yeah,
no,
you'd think.
they had to bring in one of the oldest quarterbacks in the league. You know how defeated you got to be if they trade for one of the oldest quarterbacks,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
sorry, we're really off topic here. That's just yeah, no, we hope everyone enjoys their holiday, enjoys your Thanksgiving. Uh, Kenyon, if you're listening to this, don't burn the turkey this time. Um,
Yeah,
he
that's the most important part of the day.
all
Do not burn the turkey.
do not burn the turkey. All of the high five guys will understand that reference. Um, but yeah, we hope everyone enjoys their holiday, enjoys Thanksgiving. We're gonna come back and start the round of 8 next week. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and shout out our sponsors real quick. Ghost Athletics for sponsoring our truck series and really all of CRL. Grant Designs, Savage Sim Wraps, OSR Network for broadcasting all of our events. Huge shout out to him for all the hard work he does every week. Um, and yeah, we really hope that you guys are enjoying the return of the CRL podcast. Now that it's just me and Rob, Jacob doesn't love us anymore. So
It's true. Can confirm.
yeah, yeah, can't confirm. He is still on the golf course. Um, but yeah, we uh we will see you guys next week for the round of 8 preview episode as we recap the round of 12, the race at COTA. Um, and the race at North Wilkesboro. So yeah, we will see you guys next time, and bye bye.